Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Let's talk about Brooklyn today. Because I felt like what she did today was just out of pocket for her character in some ways. Let me explain. Years ago, when she came to Port Charles, Carly hired her to seduce Dante to get back at Lulu. So even though that she liked Dante, I felt like it was also a push because of the money, the incentive for the money that Carly was going to give her. So going into today's episode, when she kissed Dustin, I was like, what? Like, why? You knew exactly that Dustin was seeing somebody. You knew exactly who it was. So because he gave you a pet talk, that was enough to like convince you to say F it and just start trying to make out with him? So of course Dustin shut her down when Lulu got there. And Brooklyn, being Brooklyn, acted like a damn child, stormed off, went into the next room, started throwing stuff around like she was having some sort of temper tantrum, and was all like, I'm BLQ, I don't need no one. And by the way, that was such a dumb line. That was so stupid. And it was just like, what are y'all doing with this character? I don't know. It just seems so stupid, just the whole thing. And I do like Brooklyn's character sometimes. I do like the fact that, you know, she could be childish 1 minute, but then like with scenes like with Mike and stuff, she could be real. But I felt like this episode just did not put her in a good light, and I'll just leave it at that. Well, let's talk about Portia and Curtis, because I feel like Portia is not over Curtis, and I feel like eventually they're gonna get together, because you know the whole Jordan is pushing Curtis away, keeping him in the dark. I feel like eventually that's gonna happen. That's just my, I don't know, that's just my prediction. And speaking of Jordan, well, Tagger is alive, because I didn't think he was dead. I knew he wasn't dead yesterday, and to be fair, I felt like a lot of people probably called it after they killed him off. Or so-called killed him off. So Jordan and Tagger talk for a little bit. And they go back and forth. Because, to be honest, Jordan is not happy that Tagger is just out in the open where everyone can sit there and see. And they go back and forth about that. And the thing that Taggart said really made a lot of sense. Because Taggart was like, alright, so what's your plan? And Jordan was like, well, you know, Cyrus is going to get complacent and he's going to slip up and that's when I'll catch him. Taggart's like, well, that's not really a plan. Which is true. So I understand exactly where Taggart's coming from. And I feel like Jordan is trying to do the best she can as far as like play along and stuff, but Taggart's right. You know, she needs to sit there and come up with a plan. Because just that they're waiting and hoping that she gets lucky isn't going to work out. Hell, it didn't work out the first time she tried to do it. And now that, you know, Cyrus is a lot smarter than since then, I just don't feel like that's a viable plan to just sit there and wait and hope that, she catches him doing something bad because he dropped his guard. But anyway, Taggart kind of goes, you know, he kind of just like, you know what, anyway, he goes back into the shadows and he just lets Jordan handle it after, you know, them back and forth talking. Let's just sit there and say Taggart just talking crazy, like, I'm just going to go out and just kill, you know, Cyrus or whatever, which is just not a good plan because, again, keep me away from your daughter. So he agreed and he just kind of just let Jordan handle it. So we'll see what happens. Well, Peter knows that Maxie's pregnant because Maxie blurted it out to everyone. And to be fair, she didn't know at the time. They was having some sort of mishap with Lulu trying to help her get ready, and Maxie didn't realize that the mic was still on. So she just blurted out everything. But long story short, Peter and Maxie kind of, they talked it out or whatever, and they're both happy. So that's good. In the beginning, Spinelli was really gung-ho about telling Maxie everything, even though there was no proof of it. But after the whole announcement and seeing how happy Maxie is, well, Spinelli just kind of just gritted his teeth and was like, all right, well, if you're happy, I'm happy, kumbaya, it's all good, and best wishes. Of course, when Peter kind of, heard that, Peter was like, he just had that look in his face like, yeah, I don't believe a damn thing that you're saying, but sure, whatever, cool. And to Spinelli's credit, I thought that he actually did a pretty good job as far as, like, gritting his teeth. Because there's been a lot of times where his poker face has been, pretty bad. So, I give him an A on this one. Or at least a B minus. There were some musical performances that I really didn't care about. And to be fair, I actually felt bad for Amy's character. Because I didn't see her for like maybe a year since she did her number in the last Nurse's Ball. And I'm sitting there thinking, so y'all just brung her out here to do a song and dance, and then y'all just gonna like put her back in the vault until like what, next year? I don't know. I find it to be kind of dumb. Now, granted, I don't know what the actresses or the actress schedule's like. I don't know if she's committed to another show or how it works. But I don't know. I feel like they just kind of just underutilizes a lot of characters. Epiphany, Dubois, or whatever his name is, and Amy. Because let's be honest, when was the last time that Amy actually had a good story? Was like last year or the year before that with Nathan? I mean, come on, seriously? It's one of those things where it's like, if you're not going to use her right, just like, and granted, they did send her away, but like, to bring her back out was like, kind of dumb. They could have just got anybody else to sit there and do that song and dance, and it would have been whatever. I don't know. It's one of the things that I do praise Days of Our Lives for, as far as balancing their characters a lot better than GH, and yeah, I still stand by that opinion. I feel like anything else I'm gonna say is just pretty much minor complaints, but they are complaints nonetheless. Liz is still being a nice queen, still giving Franco attitude, rolling her eyes, walking away, just being honestly, tell you the truth, the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, Franco, you can do better. You should leave. If you've seen this woman's track record, you can do better. And Sam, here's the thing. I am happy that Kelly is back as Sam, because the way she plays this character and for how long she's played this character, I feel like this is her character. And even when they had the other actress playing, standing in, it was like, it never felt like Sam. So on that note, I'm happy. On another note, she was acting like a complete and utter bitch today. And I'm so over her character when it comes towards really? I feel like I'm just so over her character when it comes towards Brando. Because Brando's sitting there talking to TJ, and they're just talking, just bonding or whatever. And Sam pretty much just pulls him away and is like, oh, well, you need to act less friendly. And I'm sitting there thinking in my mind, I'm like, so what, he should act like a bitch like you? Because that's pretty much the equivalent of not acting friendly. I don't know. I'm not liking her character with this whole Brando thing. Because let's be honest, and I said this yesterday, what Molly does with her time is her business. And her trying to act like the big sister or whatever and talking about how Brando's nothing but trouble. I'm like, when you came to town, you were nothing but trouble. So the fact that you want to sit there and try to kick dirt on somebody else's past is like, it just comes across as a hypocrite. I had another story that I was going to sit there and talk about as far as Sam like playing the character so well. And I'm going to tell it anyway. I wasn't going to, but what the hell. And this is really credit to Kelly Monaco's performance. So, years ago, I met Susan Lucci. And when I talked to her, I felt like I was talking to Erica Kane. Because this woman has been playing that character for so long that I feel like at this point the lines are just blurred. Like, Sonny or Maurice can play Sonny so well that I feel like a lot of times that he just improvs his lines. So I gotta give Kelly credit where credit's due as far as being Sam or playing her character. Because she does it well. And even when she yells and she screams and she's angry, it's like when the other actress was playing her, I was like, yeah, when is Kelly coming back? I was like, where's Kelly? When is Kelly coming back? So for her character, like for her being like, her personally, I give her credit where credit's due. Yeah, and that's actually gonna do it. So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for commenting. Let me know what you think. And one last thing that I feel like I need to make perfectly clear. It's about the Nurses Ball in general and my feelings towards it. Because here's the thing. I feel like the message that they're trying to portray is very good, and I don't see any fault in it. My problem with this whole Nurses Ball and my problem with the Nurses Balls in general is that they take away time from the main story of the show. So all the dances and the performances and stuff like that, I pretty much kind of fast forward through it because I don't care. It takes away from the story. And I've really felt like I needed to explain that because I don't want to just sit there and come across like, oh, well, I don't respect, frontline workers and stuff like that, because that's not true. Hell, to be honest, I am actually a frontline worker. So I really love the message that you're trying to send. But as far as being a fan of the storyline, it's just unnecessary. And I felt like if they were going to do something like that, they probably could have did it in a different way. Or maybe just do it like maybe one episode or something. But I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on the whole Nurses Ball thing. So, when I sit there and talk about how much I don't like Nurses Ball, I don't want people to sit there and get the wrong idea. So anyway, that's going to do it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know if you actually like these Nurses Ball. What did you think of this today's story? Do you think that Portia and Curtis are going to hook up? Because, well, let's be honest, the writing is on the wall. And, yeah, the writing's on the wall. So anyway, let me know what you think. Have a good day, good night, depending on when you're watching this. Be safe. I will catch you in the next review.